Welcome to today's broadcast. My name is Paul. Today's date is June the 16th, 2024. Happy Father's Day to all the good men out there. I will today, as usual, I have titled my broadcast Migrating to the US Useful Tips Part 4. I will very briefly discuss some of the fallacies that people talk about or always come up when issues of non-immigrant visas are being talked about, or when prospective applicants want to make some applications. Some of these fallacies are just neither here nor there. They're not very correct. First of such will be the issue that 18-year-olds are not given visas. That is not entirely correct. 18-year-olds is difficult, although, for them to obtain certain classes of visas by themselves. And so it's usually advisable for 18-year-olds, that is between 18 and 24, to actually apply with their parents or guardians, as the case may be. But it's also very advisable for them to apply to the US for non-immigrant visas using the F1 visa route, that is student visas, because most and oftentimes the visa officers will just try to appreciate the fact that they also look at 18-year-olds or between 18 and 24 as being young enough. And so for them, 18-year-olds between 18 and 24 in the US are still in school. If they're not in college, maybe university, they could be in some form of vocational training, maybe sports, or if they want to become musicians or artists or something. And so it will be very difficult for an 18-year-old to prove that they have made a certain amount of money in order to finance their trip. So the safe route for 18-year-olds would be the student visa route, that is F1 visas. But it's also good to note that if they are applying with their parents or guardians for other classifications like B1 or B2, the normal visiting visas, they can also get, supposing that they want to come to the US for a family event. And so the presence of the parents there or guardians will shield them off from further scrutiny or something like that. But the best route is the student visa route. Now, secondly, there's always this common issue where visa agents will try to falsify the applicant's information. It's not advisable for applicants' information to be falsified. This usually will happen where you have normal hardworking individuals like artisans, barbers, truck drivers, hairdressers, and other sole proprietors who operate their own businesses who want to travel. So they want to think that by falsifying those information, they will want to give them brand them who they are not. So the information you're getting from me today is that keep your information simple, let them be truthful. The only thing you need is that if you are an artisan, you are a bricklayer, you are a plumber, and you want to travel, and you have taken some time to save some money, you're able, that you're genuine, a genuine traveler, you have some money to spend, and you have the intention to return after your visit, then you need a specialist that will package your information in such a way that the visa officers are able to understand what you do. Because in the US here, you have artisans, you have plumbers, you have hairdressers, and all shades of workers who do normal work, who are contributing to the growth of the economy. So wherever you are applying from, Africa, Nigeria, or different parts of the world, all you need is to make sure that you present your information in such a way that the visa officers are able to understand it. So the visa agents most and oftentimes want to falsify your information. They want to give you names that are not yours, and in which case you will find it very difficult to defend, and you will not be believable, and it will just result in denial. So don't falsify your information. Keep it simple, keep it genuine, keep it straight. But you need an expert that is able to, package your information in such a way that it makes sense to the visa officers. Again, I want to quickly add that during your visa interviews, you don't need to speak in English. You don't need to, speak in a foreign dialect, because the American style of English is a bit different. So you might find it very difficult to impress them. That is the truth. You might find it very difficult to impress them. So the best thing for you is to keep it simple. Speak in the language that you will understand. If it's Igbo, if it's Yoruba, if it's Hausa, you're comfortable with, then speak in that language. If you come from other parts of Africa, South Africa, Kenya, Uganda, Rwanda, speak in your dialect. But you need to indicate your language, your preference for that interview, in which case it's possible that when you are making that application ahead of time, you let them know that you want to use your dialect during the interview. And so they will make the necessary arrangements and to make sure that you speak in that language that makes you comfortable. And the benefit is that you're able to communicate better. You're able to convey your information better. And you stand a better chance of being issued a visa. Because in the US here, you have people who don't speak English. You can't believe it, but that's correct. You have Spanish speakers. Sometimes you hear them say, oh, no English. You have Russian speakers. They tell you, oh, no English. You have different nationalities from different parts of the world. Their first language is not English. So you don't need to force yourself to speak English, all right? Speak in your dialect and you make a lot of sense and you get the visa sorted out. Now again, I want to also talk about the issue where visa agents will try to rip you apart by taking money from you, telling you they're able to bring nearer your interview. That's a lie. Now, the visa processing times are different according to where you're applying from. If you're applying from Nigeria, presently it takes like 1 year. If you're applying from different parts of the world, other countries, other parts of Africa, it could take different times. But the truth of the matter is that no visa agent can give you a quick interview. No, you need to follow the due process. But it is also important for you to know that you can have an emergency visa section. It depends on what your needs are. Okay, so if you have the need to attend the interview, emergency visa interview, now you have a procedure. Whoever is supporting you or making the application on your behalf, who is guiding you, should know how to make that application. In which case, if you have certain activities in the US, you are allowed to seek an emergency interview. Like if you have a school and you know that you need to arrive in the US within a particular time, so there's a process to doing that. You have a medical situation, in which case you need to be in the US at a particular time. There's a process for that. You have a business transaction that you need to conclude. There's a process for that. You have a training that is important. You have a process for that. You are a government official and you need to attend a particular activity. So there are official procedures how to ask for emergency interview. But the agent cannot deceive you, because if your application is for normal visiting visa like B1 or B2, you got to be patient and stay calm and wait for that length of time. Usually if you're applying from Nigeria, for B1, B2, it's about a year. You have to wait a little bit. If you're applying from Ghana, from Cameroon, there are different times and other different parts of the world. but no agent can bring it closer. But if you have the need and it is genuine, there's a process, because you got to bring all the documentations to be able to send to the visa officers, and they will consider it. And if you have a genuine point or reason why you need to be interviewed quickly, that is possible. But if you think that you can jump the queue and begin to falsify information, unfortunately, they will investigate it, they will deny you, and it poses a problem. So make sure your visa agent is not telling you lies or extorting money from you. That will not help, okay? So these are some of the few fallacies I want to, talk about. In my next video, I will begin to give more information, all the categorizations, all the categories. I will begin to throw in more light and tell you what the requirements are, what you can do and what you cannot do. Please share this broadcast, like it, so that my page will grow, and then I'm able to bring you more and more and more information. You can follow me on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram, and on YouTube. Feel free also to send a DM. Feel free also to call in. If you need an admission, if you want to come over to do your master's program, your PhD, your first degree, you can reach out to me. I will do it for you at a very cheap cost. I have done it severally, and it is a wonderful thing, okay? So I'm able to support you, I'm able to guide you through. And so let me just put down your comments, put down your questions, reach out, and follow me on Facebook, like I said initially. Follow me on YouTube, follow me on Instagram, and follow me on TikTok. Thank you. Until I come your way again, I remain your very good friend, Paul. Thank you, and bye for watching.